Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is a bit different. Honestly, I'm not feeling great still. The past week was horrible. I had COVID and I'm still recovering. So instead of my usual content, I'm going to keep it real and have a little chat about something important, which is imperfection. Specifically, how not having everything perfectly planned or structured can be actually a good thing, especially in creative work. My personal story goes, for the longest time, I thought that if I didn't have my process all figured out, or if something didn't go as planned, it wasn't going to be good enough. Whether it was making jewelry or creating YouTube content, I felt like I needed everything to be perfect before I could share it with the world. But over time, I realized that some of the best things I've made came from moments of chaos or mistakes. Like, for example, this one piece of jewelry. Initially, I had this whole design mapped out in my head, but when I started working on it, it didn't come together the way I imagined. I was frustrated and almost scrapped it, but instead I decided to just go with the flow and experiment with the different techniques, and it ended up being one of my favorite pieces. That experience really shifted my mindset. I realized that you don't need to have everything perfectly structured to create something amazing. Life isn't always going to let you stick to your plan, and when you accept that, you can keep moving forward even when things don't go perfectly. Take this week, for example. I didn't have the energy to create my usual content, but I'm still here, sharing it with you. Your creative process doesn't need to be perfect for you to create something valuable. Let's be honest, perfection is exhausting. Trying to get everything just right, it's a lot of pressure. When you let go of that and accept that mistakes are part of the process, you free yourself to explore, experiment, and most importantly, learn. I think a lot of us struggle with the idea that everything needs to be perfectly structured to have value, whether it's in our creative work, in our daily routines, or even our careers. We see other creators or business owners, and it seems like they have it all together. But here's the thing, most of the time, what we see online or in other people's work is just the polished final product. We don't see the messy, imperfect process behind it. And that's okay. Your process doesn't have to be perfect for the final result to be something amazing. So, how can you embrace imperfection and keep moving forward even when things aren't perfectly structured? Here's a few ways that have helped me. Number one, try new things without expecting perfection. Instead of waiting for the perfect plan, just start, experiment, play around, and see what happens. Maybe you won't like what you create, but you might stumble on something really cool in the process. Set flexible goals. Don't tie yourself to rigid plans. Set broader goals that allow you to adjust as life happens. That way, you feel accomplished even when things don't go exactly as expected. And for the love of God, stop comparing your behind the scenes to others' final products. Remember, what you see online is just the polished version. Everyone's behind the scenes look a little chaotic, and that's normal. The messy, imperfect journey they took to get there, that's the part you don't see, but it's the same for everyone. At the end of the day, imperfection is part of the process. Whether you're creating jewelry, content, or whatever it is you do, things are going to get messy. And that's not a bad thing. It's where growth happens, where creativity blooms, and where you really learn about yourself. So don't be afraid to let go of the idea that everything needs to be perfect. Your best work might just come from those imperfect moments. Thanks for watching. And if this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories about embracing imperfection in your own life. Until next time, take care.